Okay, this video series concerns moving up in the organization. So what I want to start talking to you about is planning your career goals or objectives. Okay, start out by identifying your personal goals. Now, you have immediate goals, obviously, and it may be to get your foot into a given industry or work towards a particular position. Well, ultimately, all of us have career goals, what we hope to achieve later in life. Now, to figure those out, as we talked about in the motivation video series, where you have to identify your internal needs and wants. And now, that will help you understand what will ultimately fulfill you to a greater extent, because too many of us see traditional career tracks and think that we want that because we see something associated with it, like title and prestige or a certain salary or something of that nature. So we think automatically that we want that, but we haven't taken the time to see ultimately what we really want to achieve, what we really want to work for, what values do we have, needs, wants, etc., that we ultimately hope to fulfill by employment. Okay, so in planning that, lay out your short-term and long-term goals. Obviously, short-term goals are going to have more along the lines of a level of performance, say in the given position, or achieving a certain other position, where your long-term planning goals are, as we discussed, where ultimately do you want to end up. And again, try to match those with your needs. Now, you understand that your needs, wants, etc. are going to change over time. One of the largest changing points is when you start to have a family. Okay, another is when, obviously, when that family, when those kids maybe leave the nest, move on to careers or higher education themselves. Okay, so those are goals tend to change dramatically sometime around there, but understanding at least ultimately what generally fulfills you at different points can help you put together a plan towards how you should proceed in your career. And it will also help you understand what level of experiences, what level of knowledge you have to have or achieve in order to get that. What signaling function aspects, do you have to go back and get a master's degree or professional degree of other sorts in order to achieve that position that you hope to. So I advise sitting down with a single piece of paper, and if you're not familiar with the business model canvas, or if you are, then you can model it off of that. But basically sitting down and making a career model canvas where you're putting out the aspects of in your life that you will have to meet, the things that the blocks that you will have to check in order to make the way to achieve the career or place in life that you hope to later on. Because again, a career is about continuous learning, about continuous improvement. You may have to understand that sometimes there's a ladder or a sidestep in order to move up or continue on the path that you hope to achieve. And sometimes that's going back to school, sometimes that's leaving operations and going over to a more IT or accounting or finance role and before you come back, or something like that. So, and if you don't understand fully what it will take to get where you're going, the odds of you getting there are drastically reduced. Now, again, the key aspect there is continued learning, continued improvement, and drive. That is hard work and motivation to continue moving up. And one aspect you need to include in that is within your current organization, you need to identify what they offer and the steps, the potential that is there for moving up, and how you can continue up in the organization. And that will help you determine whether this organization is where you want to stay, or whether it's the right option to move, like I say, sideways or laterally to outside of the corporation or industry, with the ultimate objective of coming back maybe at a higher level or in a different field. So bottom line, what I encourage you to do is, again, look inward, plan short-term and long-term for your goals, and try to match those goals again with your internal needs, wants, etc. compare it to what the organization can offer, and make out your map or canvas about yourself, about what you have to achieve, what experiences you have to have, what signaling functions have to be in place, what knowledge has to be in place in order for you to get where you want to go. Because this process, again, is about continued improvement, but informed continued improvement is going to take you further than otherwise.